Dude, the Fed boys are all up at our house.
My YouTube channel got me in trouble. I had police, fire chief, workman's comp, CSST here in Quebec, and the environment all come down on me, all one shot. The video you're about to see is my reaction to it. I'm gonna tell you, background is we've got city neighbors that have moved in around us a lot since COVID, and they've been sold some bill of goods that they're going to come here and live and never hear an engine again. So all of a sudden, we're the bad guys. The other thing about the other background of this story is apparently you can make false claims about anybody and there's no trouble, which is amazing to me. And you could waste resources and tax money. There's no indication that that'll ever give you any kind of a problem. I've looked at some type of recourse from all this and not found it. But they started out by telling me that they had seen my YouTube channel and they realized I had people working in here with not proper ventilation. So I don't have any employees, so I'm not sure how that was supposed to work, but apparently this was their conclusion. So the workman's comp thing went away fairly quick because I don't have employees, so they had no business to be here. The rest of them I had to deal with. You know, it's a false complaint. They realized it. You know, they kind of backed down and let everything go, but didn't change the fact that they came in here with this really intimidating movement. You know, they rolled in here with every force they had, and you know, they just try to intimidate you and try and run over you and make you do something stupid. And keep a cool head is all I can tell you. Keep a really cool head. Do not let them bait you into doing anything dumb. And you know, I mean, it is what it is. You just deal with it after that. But I figured I'd share it with you. Just be careful with your YouTube channels. You know, I mean, you never know what they're looking at. We put all this stuff out there. You know, I mean, I throw it out there knowing I'm not a kid anymore. I realize what it is, but it's not very hard to get yourself in trouble. So just bear it in mind. You get to see my reaction of it. I'm not a good YouTuber. I should have videoed the whole exchange. It probably would have been a great video. But anyway, you got this, and you got my reaction to it. The hell with a working man. Feels like that. I tell you what, it's been a day. It's been a day. We had 2 police cars here, the fire marshal, the workman's comp people, and the environment people. It's all because some Karen down the road is complaining and crying, or a group of them. Maybe I know one of them is kind of the key. Every car that goes up and down the road that makes any noise apparently is my fault. We had a neighbor show up in the driveway literally crying because somebody turned around in his driveway. Not too impressive. Not sure how I was supposed to control that. Really not. To hear people talk, you'd think this is some high volume business where you've got 100 cars in and out of here a day. Most cars we had come in and out here today was all those police cars and everything else. All for nothing. All for nothing. Now I asked the cop, I said, how's this work? I said, if I make a false claim to 911, I said, aren't I in trouble? He says, yes. Well, I says, why? And he explained to me, because, you know, you're taking resources away from a real crime. Well, I said, isn't that what's happening here? Where's my recourse? Where's my support system? All these government agencies, town agencies, and everything else, they're willing to go out and get you for a complaint. They're just there, and I mean, boy, it was quite something. Where's our support? What do they think the working man's going to do? I'm not sure. I don't know if anybody's really thought this through, but you know, when they get rid of all of us dirty people, what are they going to do for services? I don't know how they plan on making that work. I'm not sure what we're supposed to do. I'm not sure where our support system is. I'm not sure we're even wanted in society anymore. I'm thinking all these newcomers, all these transplants that moved out here from the city since COVID. I mean, we never had any trouble here. We've been working out of this shop since '93, working out of the other shop since '84 down the road. Never had any trouble like this. This is all new. This is all today's world. We got in a conversation after everything was kind of looked at. I talked to these officials, and they were like, I said, what the hell, like where is my recourse on this? Which they didn't, there is none. They said they get calls all day long. Fire marshal told me, he said, it's unbelievable. This one whining about this person, that person, the next person. And he said 70% of them are absolutely nothing. And the others are probably, he didn't say how minor or major the other stuff was. And then the environment guy, he says if they check you out, he said if everything's all right, he said we kind of ignore it after that. Well, I mean, how isn't that you're wasting their resources. They're not taking care of the stuff they're supposed to be taking care of. I mean, I asked the officer, I said, well, what's the deal? I said, what happens? I said, you're up here doing this. I said, what happens if somebody gets robbed? What happens if there's a fire? What happens if there's an environmental emergency? He said, well, we have colleagues. I said, yeah, but how many of your colleagues are out on bullshit like this? And, I mean, they didn't really get too much of an answer on that one. It's a waste of resources. You and I are all paying for this too. That's the worst part. We're paying for the right to be harassed. Just trying to make a living. I mean, I'm not real sure. They wanted me to build a lot out back so you didn't see the cars. I did it. They wanted me to put siding on the building so it looked better. I did it. And now there's this. There's no making them happy. There's nothing you're going to do. There's no sense in even trying. There's nothing you're going to do to make them happy. Nothing. It's just, if the dirty people go away, that's the only thing that's going to make them happy. I cannot believe that I had that many government resources come down on me in one day just for trying to make a living. That was unbelievable to me. I expected it. I mean, at a certain point I had to expect it because it's unrelenting, all the garbage they throw at me. And when one thing doesn't work, they try something else. God knows what they'll try next. It's time to lawyer up. It's time to really get down to business and fight this thing. And what a waste of resources of mine and time and everything else. I mean, in the resource, they're wasting government. This is all a bunch of waste and a bunch of crap because somebody can't just live and be happy with what they got. They've got to try and make something happen. They want to change something that was there when they bought their place. And I don't know what the end goal is. I really don't. I don't know where we're headed as a society when everybody's offended, everybody whines, everybody cries about every little thing. And we're all supposed to drop whatever we're doing and stop offending them. Maybe they should just grow up and learn to not be offended for every little thing, but that's probably not going to happen in today's world. Welcome to 2023. I really don't know. I really don't know where we're headed. This is a negative video. I hope y'all are having a better day than I am. It's been a blue ribbon day.